if we take back, right now security systems can be a bit intimidating. If you look at that pet, you go to somebody's house, you can even sleep without arming that unit. That's why we developed something very simple so that, with 3 buttons where you can panic either for crime situation, either for medical panic, or either for a fire emergency. And from that simple unit and going to the communities that we work with around South Africa, it then improved into different initiatives that now we are deploying. Besides the alarm system, we now are working with communities over the GBV sketch in our communities. We're now working with, because of working together, it's bringing the community together. We are now into schools trying to look at how best can we protect the ICT in the schools areas, and then it has brought us also to bring partnership with the liquor industry in bringing initiatives to say, people, if somebody is in a tavern, how safe can they be? And in protecting themselves. So all the initiatives comes from the communities that we work with. MeMeZa from itself, yes, we are bringing the tools like the home alarm that we initially developed, but it has taught us to bring even the personal alarm that we distribute in schools. It has taught us also to bring also the teaching. It's also about teaching. Every day we speak out to say, this is how you can protect yourself. And that has made a difference into approaching crime in that perspective.
Beautiful. So that reminds me, we were on a podcast, Russell and I was saying, we really teach awareness so that people don't get caught in a crime environment. And Russ was like, we preach it.
Amen.
So let me now just come to you, Nived. When we were talking before here, you were reflecting on the anxiety that people express when they've had a crime event. Just share that with the room.
Yeah, 100%. I think primarily, and I think this was also highlighted by our government initiative, when people have this tool in their hands, and you know what, to be honest, for a lot of South Africans, private medical and security assistance is out of a lot of people's reach. It's out of their financial bracket. It's not going to happen in their lives. When people have this tool in their hands, our CEO always likes to say this, it's like discovering fire again. Because you used to, you call your local police station and maybe you're waiting 2 hours for someone to come to you. When we're talking response time, we're talking minutes. And what we've kind of identified is when we're dealing with communities that are more prone to crime, this happens quite a lot. And what happens to the individuals is they become kind of existing at a higher level of anxiety. And when it's, let's say they've been a victim of crime once, when something happens in the future where they detect something might be happening, very quickly they get to that high anxiety level, high level of panic. It's maybe you had a hijacking once. Then the next time you have a flat tire on a freeway. For someone else, triggered. It might be a very simple thing that happens. But for someone who's been a victim of crime, very quickly you relive that hijacking. And it's just a flat tire. So, I mean, one of our top call-out categories is someone who's had a vehicle breakdown or a flat tire. You've already called the roadside assistance. They're already on their way. But in that time, you don't know what to do. You feel very exposed, and maybe you've had experiences, maybe your friends and family have had. You don't know what else you need to do. This is where, our tools come in, just to kind of give you that peace of mind. And they're just there to give you that peace of mind. It's not about engaging. It's not about fighting someone or anything like that. It's just about that presence that kind of gives you that assurance, especially when you've been a victim of crime previously.
And you also highlighted the importance of seeing where they are in the app, so you know when they're going to be there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you, if you had to phone, once again, I'm going to quote our CEO. He was like, phone the police and then order pizza, and we'll see who gets there first. And, if you have this case where, and obviously we don't blame the police, their resources are very limited. But that's the nature of the industry we operate in. And in this scenario, when you do press your panic, you want to know that someone's on their way. And if you know someone's going to be here at some time, you don't know what to do with yourself in the meantime. You're in this emergency. So what we've introduced, and which is also been quite groundbreaking tech, is just as you would when you request an Uber and you see your Uber driver is 3 minutes away, oh, he's turning here, he's driving down the road towards us. We do the same with our security and medical responders. You see where they are. You see, I've got vehicle number plate XYZ. I've got responder John. He's coming from this company, and I track him. This gives you that sense of reassurance. It's not that somebody's on the way. Somebody's here. Somebody's just down the road. They're on their way to me. And I think that gives you that sense of, we're not getting a stranger coming to us. It's someone familiar. We know where they are. We know how long until they get there. It gives you a little bit of safety in an otherwise very traumatic time.
Yeah.
I'd just like to add to something to that. One of the things that I suffer from combat PTSD is hypervigilance. But I don't see that as a problem. I turn that around because my hypervigilance allows me to pick up things and identify things that enable me to stay proactively safe. So don't necessarily look at something as a negative because you have been a victim. That hypervigilance that you might experience from being a victim of crime, you can use to your benefit to ensure that you won't have future victimization. So don't necessarily always look at it as a negative, because ultimately, when it comes to crime, we recognize not everyone can stay safe the whole time. But if you do suffer from the hypervigilance that comes with that, then use that for your benefit. Don't look at it as a negative, turn it into a positive. So again, you're reinforcing a positive, not a negative in your mind from a negative event. And I know it's difficult, but again, that's where professional psychologists and organizations, EAPs, come in to assist people to do that. And this is where, like we say, everything becomes complementary to each other.